Hi, everybody. This is Sherry Rice Smith of EFTforchristians.com. I want you to always remember that if you have any medical or psychiatric emergencies, EFT is not a substitute for that medical care. So please, 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 consult your own personal physicians. Today, what I'd like to do is discuss a little bit about the 9-gamut technique and or the floor-to-ceiling eye roll. Before I begin, I want to demonstrate the 9-gamut. I want you to know what I'm talking about before I try to tear it apart. So in the 9-gamut, originally in the full basic recipe, Gary Craig sandwiched this in between the layers of tapping. Let me just show you what that looks like. So after you've done a couple rounds of tapping, you tap on the gamut point, which is right here between these two hand bones, and you can feel that dip right there. And I use all 4 fingers to tap on it. So tap on the back of the hand. You can use either hand. You can lay it on your chest, whatever you'd like to do. And then what we do is you tap that, and then I need you to do the steps that I'm going to do. So you close your eyes, you open your eyes. The whole time you're holding your head completely and perfectly still. You look down hard left, back to center, look down hard right, back to center. You circle your eyes 360 degrees, completely around. Do it slowly, hitting all points of that circle. You turn it around, you go 360 degrees the other way around, and then you hum. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you hum again. Usually we do Happy Birthday. If that triggers you, pick a different song. Okay, that's the 9-gamut. Okay, so what is this for? 9-gamut is to integrate the right and left hemispheres of your brain after you have tapped out some great big trauma. It just keeps things moving, and it smooths it all out. It integrates those hemispheres. Remember, your right brain is that creative side of you. The left brain is your logical, side. And it just integrates the pieces of the sensory information into different pieces of your brain. It comes out of NLP and EMDR. You can look those modalities up if you want, but they both use different eye movements to integrate. Why was it dropped? First up, it was dropped just because it took longer, probably an extra 30 seconds. Number 2, for us Christians, it looks new agey. I know in the beginning when I first learned this process, the second half, the acceptance statement of, the setup statement, the second part, the even though I do this, I love and accept myself, was the part that rankled me. And also this rolling your eyes and stuff looked kind of goofy. It looks weird. People just think it's strange. Clients just think that it's too hard to learn and that they won't be able to integrate it into the process. And that's not really true, but it does take a couple minutes. And again, it just takes a little bit of more time than just plain tapping. For you practitioners, what I suggest that you do is, if you want to integrate this, and I really highly suggest that you do that, you can stick it in the middle of the tapping process whenever you feel that you need it. You've moved a pretty big aspect. I would just use it. But I would also specifically use it at the very, very, very end of your tapping session. Take the 30 seconds just before you're done with the process and do one round of the 9-gamut. So when you do that with a client, very carefully watch their eyes. If they're skipping, one of the spots on the clock, as you can look at this, is either a clock face or a circle. If you see there's a specific area where they completely miss it, take your finger and have them follow you around. It's kind of like a doctor, how the doctor checks your vision fields. Stretch them way, way out in that peripheral field, because that's where they're holding the traumas. And secondly, especially in PTSD or post-traumatic stressy type symptom things that people have in their big traumas, they'll not be able to get their eyes out as far as that, other people with less traumatic events in their life. So stretch their eyes way, way out. Watch, and if they miss a spot on that clock face, just slowly or gently go back over and over and over whatever area it is. It can be anywhere. It can be down, up, whatever. So just go over it and over it, and eventually you'll notice that they'll just go through that without any effort at all. Because what's happening is the skipped spot is where the blocked, memory is probably stored. I do have another thing that you can use. This is not any part of official EFT, but some people will actually tap on both the gamut point. Remember, that's a 9-gamut process. This is the gamut point, along with the karate chop, or where it's psychological reversal. And if you can kind of do one of these, or put your thumb on there and tap with the other fingers, you can actually hit both of those, and it helps clear more stuff. Something else I suggest with the 9-gamut, or with the gamut point, is that anytime you're having any kind of stress, just tap or rub that spot. It's kind of a good one because you can put it under your sweater, under the table, and just rub on it. It's a great stress reliever. It's the triple warmer, which goes back up into your amygdala and tells your brain and your mind and your body that you're safe. Again, when do we use this? After tapping something big, or if the suds is stuck. If you're like sitting at a 5 and you're just not moving at all, go ahead and do a 9-gamut process. It isn't going to hurt. Do it a couple times, see if it'll unstick it. Donna Eden says, and she's the guru of energy medicine for the past 30 years, she says that if your underarm tapping spot is sore, you probably really need to do the 9-gamut more and more, because that's the spleen, which is the underarm spot, and the triple warmer, which is completely imbalanced or unbalanced. So she asks that you do it more and more. So let's go over this again. Let's just demonstrate one more time how you would do it. So you would set it up, your tapping, with your setup statement. Then you would go through your rounds of tapping, and then you're going to sandwich this 9-gamut in the middle. How do you do it? You tap continuously on the gamut point on the back of your hand. Use 4 fingers. I put it over my heart. Hope you can see that. And you then do this process. You close your eyes. You open your eyes. You look hard down left. Come back to center. Hard down right. The entire time you're keeping your head perfectly still. Then you circle your eyes 360 degrees, one direction. And I don't think it matters which way you start. At least I've never learned that it did. When you're back to center, you go 360 degrees back the other way. Then you hum. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you hum again. And that's it. Okay, so there is another process that you can use instead of the 9-gamut. And I think this one doesn't look quite as screwy and goofy as the 9-gamut. And of course, it takes a whole lot less time. 9-gamut probably takes you 30 seconds. The one I'm about to demonstrate is only going to take you about 6 or 7 seconds. So if you want to save that 20 seconds, here's something you can do. This is called the floor to ceiling eye roll. It does exactly the same thing for integrating right and left hemispheres, but it's just shorter. So how you do that is the same thing. You tap on the back of your hand at the gamut point. Again, I put it over my heart, and I can use either hand, whichever you're the most comfortable with. You hold your head completely still. I'm going to take my glasses off and see if you can see my eyes better. You tap on the back of the gamut, hold your head still. So what you do is you put your eyes completely down to the floor, as far as they'll go, stretch them, and then you roll your eyes across the floor till it hits the crack of the floor and the wall, and then you go up the wall until you hit the wall and the ceiling where it meets, and then you go across the ceiling as far as your eyes will stretch. That's it. That's the end of it. It's just one time up. You don't have to come back down. It's over. That completely substitutes for the 9-gamut. Now, what I do, because it's just what I do, you don't have to do this, I will do that floor to ceiling eye roll with one hand, and then I will turn around and I will flip hands and do it the other way, so that I've done both directions. I hope this has been helpful. I'm trying to make sure I have anything else I need to tell you. So just go ahead and use this if you want. I would suggest, again, I would put it in anytime I've had some big trauma or I've moved a lot of negative memories, because I think that you'll find that what this will do is help that memory reconsolidation, or that the neutralization of the memory stick. And that's what we're looking for, obviously, in EFT. We just want to pull the emotion out of any of our negative memories. All right, have a great day. Remember that if you have any suggestions for videos, just, hopefully a quick, simple one question will do it. One sentence, email me at EFTforchristians.com, and I will I make a video for you. And if you want your name in it, go for it. We'll do that. If you want a copy of my book, go to my resource page. It's all on EFTforchristians.com. Did I say my email? EFTforchristians@gmail.com. So God bless you. Always remember, Jesus loves you more than you'll ever know. Bye-bye.